Welcome back, Better Agents. In this video, we're going to talk about the key differences between AgencyZoom versus Better Agency. Now, perhaps you've seen my previous video where I compared AgencyZoom and Better Agency. I made that video sometime around 2019, and quite honestly, that video is a little outdated now. A lot has changed with both companies, and I think it's only fair that we do an updated version of that video. Full transparency, I made a massive mistake with that previous video because all I did was compare feature to feature to feature. And as I've come to learn, features change really fast, and to AgencyZoom's credit, they added a lot of the features that we talked about being missing in that previous video. We need to fundamentally change the way we think about choosing insurance software in our agencies, and we need to start asking some different questions. We're going to compare the top feature differences between Better Agency and AgencyZoom, the ones that will stand more of the test of time, but more than that, we need to start to evaluate these companies based on their core principles, their philosophies, and their business operations to really see if these are going to be the partners that we want to choose for the long haul in our agencies. Let's talk about the three core feature differences between Better Agency and AgencyZoom. The first is SMS text messaging. With Better Agency, all of that is built into the platform. You can text message directly from the platform without needing to go sign up for any other product or service to begin your texting. Currently with AgencyZoom, you have to create a separate account with another company called Twilio. Then you have to integrate the two companies to begin your text messaging. This fragmented solution will work, but it's just additional steps that you have to do and other things you have to keep an eye on. Whereas with Better Agency, it's built right into the platform. There's nothing else that you need to do. You can send text messages. You can also send MMS messages where you can send and receive multimedia files like PDFs, images, audio files, videos if they're small enough. It allows you to send multimedia back and forth. The next feature difference is kind of a big one, and that is with Better Agency, you can receive your IVANs downloads, so you can get policy downloads directly into the platform, and you can also generate pre-filled accord forms that you can send out for applications or certificates. With AgencyZoom, you're forced to integrate with your AMS if it does integrate at all, and you will likely have a one-way integration. So it comes down to, do I want one system to do both, or do I want two different systems that maybe play well together, and if they do, it's maybe not as good as I really want it to be. It really is a matter of your subjective opinion on what works best for you, but that's a major feature difference. The third feature difference is the one that we hear the most often when people are looking at Better Agency, and that is the native built-in campaigns. There's nothing that you need to do. You don't need to edit anything. All of your campaigns for sales, service, claims, and renewals are built right in. Now with AgencyZoom, they do give you some templates, but a lot of agents are telling us that they have to spend a lot of time creating those templates, working those templates, installing those templates, downloading this, downloading that, putting that into their AgencyZoom account, and that's a big time waster for a lot of people that are looking at them. With Better Agency, all that stuff is turnkey, it's out of the box, there's nothing else that you need to do. Now let's talk business operations, because there are some stark differences between Better Agency and AgencyZoom. The first one is that AgencyZoom was recently acquired by Vertafore. I made a video to that where we give our reaction right up here. You can click on that and watch that at any time, but AgencyZoom is owned by Vertafore, whereas Better Agency is not owned by anybody else other than, well, Better Agency. Now, if you've got any experience dealing with Vertafore, you kind of know how that song and dance goes, because they have a reputation for acquiring products like AgencyZoom and then just kind of sitting on them a little bit and not developing or enhancing the products like their users want. Their customer service has a reputation of not being the most respondent, and like all other products, they're likely going to force you into signing a contract. Now, at the time of recording this video, AgencyZoom does not require a contract. You can sign up for a free trial and you can cancel at any time per the verbiage on their website. But if things play out like they typically have played out with all the other Vertafore products, you're more than likely going to have to sign a contract to use the CRM. Here's the thing. Contracts aren't bad. In fact, here at Better Agency, we ask new users to sign a 1-year annual agreement when setting up their service. And the reason we do that is because we're going to be dedicating a lot of energy, resources, manpower, and time to make sure that new users are set up, that they have the service that they need, that they're implementing, that they have agency success with the platform, and that requires partnership. You don't want to be changing platforms and software services multiple times a year. So we know that a 1-year agreement is something that's more of a mental thing than anything. And what you need to evaluate when it comes to the business operations between Better Agency and Vertafore is you need to ask yourself, how is the contract going to be used? Is it going to be used as a level of commitment and partnership between both parties? Or is it gonna be like a chain around my neck that if I get out of line, they're gonna choke it and I've gotta get right back in line like a good little agent? Listen, don't take my word for it, but if you're in any of the Facebook groups for independent insurance agents, then do yourself a favor. Just go in those groups and ask the question about Vertafore contracts and get people's experiences and stories on what it was like for them dealing with Vertafore. Now let's talk about the differences in core philosophy when it comes to each product. AgencyZoom is much more of a single point solution, whereas Better Agency is an all-in-one system. A single point solution is a software product that does one thing relatively well, and it's in a line of other single point solutions. The common concept is to try to get all of those single point solutions to integrate with one another. So you have your CRM that integrates with your text messaging feature, that integrates with your AMS, that integrates with your Rater, that integrates with Google Sheets, that integrates with Slack, and there's nothing wrong with that philosophy if that's what you think is best. However, at Better Agency, we take a much different approach. We want an all-in-one system. We want everything to be together in one platform. The reason we take this philosophy is because we've learned very early on that integrations in the insurance space suck. They just suck. There's no other way of saying it. The technology that a lot of these platforms is built on is rather outdated. It's clunky, and you oftentimes only have a one-way integration where you can only push or pull data one way or the other, and we just don't feel like that's a very good user experience for agents. We'd rather just have everything together in one platform, and so we'd rather give people a seamless experience, and that is our core philosophy, an all-in-one system to do away with a lot of the single-point solutions and just have everything together. Now, we will integrate as much as we can with other single-point solutions where it makes the most amount of sense, but it's not our philosophy to just have a bunch of fragmented pieces. We kind of think that's part of the problem in the insurance space is everything is fragmented. We'd rather have everything together. So the core difference is they are a single point solution. We are an all-in-one system. Here's the only thing I would encourage you to do when evaluating software for your independent insurance agency is to begin to ask different questions. Don't just look at the features. Everybody's got features. Everybody's in a features arm race. Features get added, features get removed. Features shouldn't be what solidifies the deal for you. You need to look at things from a different perspective. You need to namely look at the things that we talk about in this video. What are the business operations like? What is the core philosophy when it comes to the product? And when you get answers to those questions, you're gonna find solutions that are more aligned to what you want in your agency. And if you're watching this video and you're saying, after watching this, I think AgencyZoom might be the best fit for me, then by all means, go sign up for AgencyZoom. But if you're looking at this video and you're saying, I want a system that's gonna be all-encompassing, that's an all-in-one system, that's going to allow me to grow my agency in all the other areas, and it isn't tied to the man, then by all means, schedule an appointment with our team. We'd love to have a call with you and see if Better Agency is going to be the best fit for you. I'm going to put a link to that scheduler down in the description below. Feel free to schedule a demo and talk with anybody on our team. All we want for you to have is to have the most amount of agency success, and we believe in making independent insurance agencies better.